Hey YouTube, this is Daisy Papa 8989 over here, bringing you my updated Yu-Gi-Oh deck. My Miracle Gemini just won my local tournament last night at GMI Games with it, and thought I would show you my updated build. So without further ado, here's the monster lineup. First off, 3 Neos Aliases. These are your beaters of the deck, allows you to make your E-Hero fusions, and these are your main targets to use for your Gemini Sparks, so you can get your +1s. Common sense to run 3 of them. Next up are your Thunder Kings. These are anti-meta cards of the deck. Negate special summons and stops your opponent from searching cards out of their deck. Really good card. I would run 3 if I could, but I don't have the room, and 2 works just fine. Next up is Gore's Emissary of Darkness. I'm tried this out, and I really love this card. Stops OTKs, and really loved it. How yesterday when I against the 6 Samurai deck, I was able to turn the entire duel around by dropping Gores on him, and he had no answer to it, and I was just able to kill all his monsters and just hit directly for game. So really great card to run. Next is Cyber Dragon. Free special summon 2100 beater. Helps you get over annoying monsters and defensive monsters. Good to run. Crusader and Endymion. I run this card to provide extra target for Gemini Spark, and it works out great. He's light and he's 1900 attack, so works extremely well with the synergy of the deck. Next up is E-Hero Stratos. Common sense to run it. Search out your Neos aliases, and if possible, blow up some back row if you can. Next up is Breaker the Magical Warrior. I'm trying this card out as well, and I'm actually liking it very much. It actually forces your opponent to actually waste to kill it with one of their back row, or else they're going to lose something. So, really good card, and if the situation ever arises, you can replace its spell counter with Crusader of Endymion, if that ever happens. But I don't know, that's very situational. Next up is DD Warrior Lady. Extremely good card. Basically, remove from play any annoying monsters, or your opponent's playing defensively, attack with it, and you don't want it to hit the graveyard. You just basically remove them from play, such as Dark Souls, Dark Souls Sanguines, or whatever. Really good, great card. Next up is Gale. Awesome card. Really, probably the best tuner in the game. Helps you get over Stars, Dragons, Legendary 6 Machines, other monsters, and also provides the deck with option to Synchro Summon, which is really awesome. Next up is Honest. So with so many light monsters, might as well run it. Common sense to run it. Snowman Eater, basically a really good defensive monster. It's 1900 defense, pretty much protects it against nearly every 4-star monster, and it's a man-eater bug, so really awesome card. Allows you to go to absolute 0, and really awesome. I side in a second one if need be. And last but not least, Effect Veiler. Really awesome card. Disrupt your opponent's strategies and their plays, so that basically you have a higher chance of winning. Common sense to run it. Next up are the spells. 3 Gemini Sparks. These are literally your main part of the draw engine. Creates your +1s with your Neos Aliases and Crusaders. Common sense to run 3. Next up are your Miracle Fusions. Basically, what I love about these is that with the deck is that basically the deck can play anti-meta style, and then it can go aggro with Miracle Fusions, and I really love this card. Allows you to go into Shining to recycle your Neos Aliases and whatnot, and Absolute Zero to put pressure on your opponent. So, awesome card to run. Next up is your draw power of the deck, Pot of Duality. I only have 2 of these right now, but I'm planning on running a third one once the reprint comes out. Really awesome card, definitely should run it. Next up is 2 MSTs, Common Sense to run, get rid of those annoying back rows. Giant Tunic, have to run it. Book of Moon, really good card, have to run it. Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, Rhoda, search out your Warriors, your Neosaeus, your Stratos, and DD Warrior Lady, and E Emergency Call. Search out your heroes. Common sense spells to run in this type of deck. Next up are the traps. Solemn Warnings, 2 of them. Common sense to run these. 2 D prisons. Really awesome card. Helps you get rid of Stardust Dragons and anything else that gets around destruction-oriented trap cards, and gets rid of those annoying Sangins or Card Troopers, and where your opponent can plus off of them. Next up, Solemn Judgment. Common sense to run it. Mirror Force. Really awesome card. Definitely love it. Seven Tools of the Bandit. Deal with those your opponent's counter traps and allows you to push through. Seven Torrential Tribute, really awesome card. Royal Oppression, really good card. Definitely have to run it, especially this format with Tengu plants, Plant Synchro, and all that running around. Definitely have to run this now. And last but not least, Hero Blast. I've been testing this out for quite some time, for a few weeks, and I've been liking it. It basically allows you to recycle your Neos aliases after you use them for a Gemini Spark, or just like ends up dying, and you can use this to disrupt your opponent's synchro summons, or just basically kill some annoying weak monster that you don't want to deal with. Next up is the extra deck. Ally Justice Catastor, common sense to run it. Bryanak, common sense to run it. I will be really disappointed if they end up banning it, but I can see it getting banned. Black Rose Dragon, Colossal Fighter, Scrap Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend, really awesome card. Seriously an underrated monster. Gets rid of your opponent's defensive wall, Spirit Reapers, and anything else. Stardust Dragon, still great to run. Trishula, best 9-star monster in the game. 2 Ear of the Shinings, really awesome card. 2 Absolute Zeros. 1 Hero of the Gaia. I run this card mainly because I side into Super Polys, and he's useful to play when you play against Karakuri, Scraps, or any Earth-based oriented deck. Chimeric Fortress Dragon. Definitely gotta run it, especially when you run Cyber Dragon. Deal with Machina Gadgets and Karakuris. Next up, number 39, Utopia. I've actually brought this out a couple times, and he's actually worked out pretty nicely. When Steelstorm Roach comes out, I might replace him. I might replace this with Roach, but I first gotta pull it first. That's pretty much it. A 2009 token to use for Gores, and that's the deck, YouTube. So comment, rate, subscribe. I appreciate some feedback, and peace out.